From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Game Day.
Welcome to BBN Game Day. I'm Keith Farmer.
And I'm Christy Thomas. And today, well, it's a big one. It's a huge day for the Wildcats. Number 12 Kentucky taking on number 2 Auburn, and it's on the road.
Yeah, and they're not randomly ranked number 2 in the country. Auburn is putting up some pretty strong numbers, averaging 80 points per game. Jabari Smith is a big part of that. More on him in a minute. But a familiar name will be around the basket for the Tigers as well. Walker Kessler, previously a North Carolina Tar Heel. He's playing much better as a Tiger. 4 blocks per game to go along with 10 points and 7 boards.
Wendell Green is another transfer. He previously played for Eastern Kentucky, so he's very familiar with the Wildcats program. Now he's the Tigers' second leading scorer, and he's averaging 10 points per game.
Long story short, Auburn has a lot of talented basketball players on its roster, but Jabari Smith might be the best player in the country. The 6'10" freshman forward is projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft. He leads the Tigers in scoring at nearly 16 a night and has scored double figures in every game since the second week of November, so he's going to be a load.
Well, he has excellent ball skills for his size, and he can play that string music as well. How about this? He's made 43s this season, and he's hitting 43% of them. So for comparison there, Kellen Grady has hit 49 threes on the season. He's shooting the same percentage as the Auburn, and I am saying big man. So the big man, I mean, that you can spread the floor with him.
Yeah, 6'10", right? All right, here's what Kentucky's big man had to say about the matchup.
The mindset for us right now is like we're going to the war. We're going to the war. It's not going to be easy. We just need to go out there and fight. It's like people go fight for their countries. They're not going to just go out there and play around. They're going to go there like willing to die. So we're willing to die just to bring win in Saturday. It is going to be a great game for us. Like you say, everybody just want to hunt us, but this one is no hunting. This is a fight.
Strong words there, Christy.
Indeed it is, but I like it. I like the idea that he wants to go in there understanding what the task is. And look, guys love this kind of environment. Going in there when everybody's cheering against you, they like it. It's an important game for a lot of reasons, but maybe the biggest one is for position in the SEC's regular season championship. That's really not lost on Bruce Pearl.
It's probably the biggest home game we've had since I've been coaching, and we've played Kentucky here 3 or 4 times, I think, but there's a lot at stake here. Take away the rankings, the winner of this game is going to be at least in control of the regular season championship moving forward, because we only play them once on a Saturday in the middle of January. All eyes of the country will be on Auburn, Alabama, on CBS on a Saturday afternoon, and it'll be for men's basketball.
All right, so it's still just a little early, but here's a look at the standings. The winner of this one will be in first place, but the Cats already having beaten A&M on Wednesday night. Of course, you have to keep winning, but it will go a long way toward hanging another banner in Rupp Arena to get a win today. But I don't know. I mean, a lot can happen. You still have the rest of January, all of February, a little bit of March. A lot can happen, Keith.
It can, but it'd be fun to be in the driver's seat, right?
Oh, for sure.
All right, if seeing Auburn up on top of that list is still a little jarring to you, you're not the only one. Bruce Pearl knows this team isn't like the old Auburn.
Coach Calipari would just simply have to get his guys to not overlook and respect Auburn. Now that's different. Now this game matters. I think they'll respect our players. I know our players respect their players, and we respect their coaching staff. And that's how, you build a program.
Credit where credit is due. He's right about that. Kentucky beat Auburn in 18 straight games from 2001 through 2015. That's the same season that Bruce Pearl was hired by the Tigers. And since then, it's been split right down the middle. These teams are 5-5 in their last 10 meetings.
And it's the toughest ticket in town. Bruce Pearl was asked if this was the biggest game of his career since the 2008 matchup of John Calipari's #1 Memphis Tigers and his #2 Tennessee Vols. It was a classic matchup that ended Calipari's bid for a perfect season in late February. But Pearl said this game means more because of its effect on the SEC championship. So we'll see. When tickets are hard to get, Keith, it's going to be wild in there.
Yeah. Assistant coach Jay Lucas is going to weigh in on that right after the break.
This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota.
Since opening our doors 75 years ago, Central Bank has made big changes, like the region's first Saturday hours, online ATMs, and even the area's very first vault. But one thing will never change is the community-minded mission of our founder. Garvis D. Kincaid believed that what's good for the bank should also be good for its community. True back in 1946 and equally true today. So, come see how we've grown. Central Bank, central to you. Member FDIC.
St. Joseph Health has expanded its affiliation with Cleveland Clinic Cancer Center. As a leader in cancer screenings, diagnosis, and treatment for more than 40 years, St. Joseph Health continues to bring world-renowned cancer care to our communities. We'll now be able to reach more Kentuckians with highly specialized care, expertise, and convenience for you and your family. Whether you are newly diagnosed, want a second opinion, or would like to schedule a cancer screening, give us a call at 844-940-HOPE.
Did you know that 1 Kentuckian in 6 struggles with food insecurity? That's why Kentucky Farm Bureau has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Kentucky Hunger Initiative. Contributions that help neighbors in need put food on the table. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that our fellow Kentuckians get help when they need it most. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Tune in before every game for the Don Franklin Countdown to Tip-Off Show with Dave Baker and Jack Givens, featuring conversations with other former UK stars and Coach Cal. It airs 90 minutes prior to game time on the UK Sports Network radio affiliates or through the UK Athletics app.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
Well, there's no one better to preview a big game than a member of the coaching staff. That's why our Anna Tarullo talked with UK assistant Jay Lucas Friday morning before he hopped on a flight to Auburn. But they started with the Cats' win over Texas A&M.
All right, we can't talk about the Texas A&M game without talking about Jacob Toppin breakout performance. I'm sure you've seen flashes of that from him before, but what clicked, and did you know that it was coming in that game?
No, you always hope it's coming in every game. But the one thing about Jacob, he brings a lot of energy. And the one thing about him is when he does that, he's a much better player, obviously. But, in that game, it was something that we needed because of the way they were playing, how physical they were, how aggressive they were being, guarding us and things like that. And we needed somebody to rebound and really finish around the rim. And that's one of the things he did for us. He did all the little things in that game that help you win a tight, close road conference game. That's what he did.
And same thing also for Davion Mintz. The last couple games, his consistency and confidence has been off the charts.
Yeah, I think he's starting to really settle into his role and understanding exactly what he needs to do to help us win. And he's getting more comfortable in it. The one thing he did last game against A&M is he really rebounded, and we really needed it. I think he had 8 rebounds, and he really helped the team in a big way, especially down the stretch, getting some of those defensive ones where we need to limit them to one possession. He did a great job with that. And then just his confidence he's playing with right now, like you were saying, is a big part of why he is playing good and kind of why we always knew he was going to be a big part of the team. We just needed to get everybody settled in, and I think he's starting to settle into his role.
It was the first close win of the season for you guys. Every other win has been by double digits. You've had some close losses before, but what does this show you about your team? What did it tell you about them that maybe you hadn't seen before?
That we have grit. I think that's the biggest thing that we wanted to see in a tough environment, a tough road game. It's similar to a game like a Notre Dame where we didn't finish down the stretch. We executed a little bit better, enough to win the game down the stretch. But you're going to have games like this, especially in conference on the road. You go to a place that hasn't been selling out, hasn't had whiteouts or anything like that. And then you walk into that environment and they're amped up, they're juiced to play. So, it's just a good indication of what we can be and how we can win a game when we don't shoot our best. We don't play our best. Some of our players we rely on don't play so good. So, it's a good test for our grit and show if we have it or not.
Up next, Auburn, number 2 team in the country and definitely your toughest competition in the SEC. How big of a challenge is this game going to be, and what do you have to do to win?
It's a big challenge. They're probably, I know they're ranked number 2, but I would probably say they're the best team in the country. With the way they're playing and their personnel right now. And the building's going to be intense come Saturday. And, the biggest thing is, they want to play fast. We want to play fast. So it should be an entertaining game. We just can't give them any live ball turnovers. We got to kind of limit those and kind of eliminate some of their free points and things they get in transition like that. And then we have to really guard the ball and guard the three-point line. If we can do that and give ourselves the opportunity to be right there down the stretch, we feel good about it.
For Auburn, Jabari Smith, he's really the motor of that team. How do you stop him?
That's a good question. We're still trying to figure that part of it out. Like you're saying, he's a really good player, really good freshman, probably, maybe the number 1 pick in the draft. But we have, some guys with size, length, and kind of athleticism that we feel that can guard him that he maybe hasn't seen yet. So we'll have some stuff, kind of a little package for him. And then we really just, it's a big game for them too. So you got to see how they respond and how he responds. You know what I mean? He still is a freshman, and freshmen, do freshman things at times. So we're kind of hoping for that from him. But he is a really good one, and he's definitely at the top of the scouting report.
We appreciate Coach Lucas's time and insights. Still ahead, total domination of the Tennessee Volunteers and a look back at the extraordinary life and career of Joe B. Hall.
I need to try it first.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Kroger Delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I need to try it first.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
I hope to continue the same style of basketball, and will certainly take advantage of Coach Rupp's offer to me for future advice and counsel.
Every time I ever represented the university, even on the road or here at home, with one of my teams, the start of that game, I remembered my first trip out on that floor. And I think I had the same sensation when the band played on U of K that I had that first night. And that was a great feeling.
Basketball is like a game of life. You have to have character to win it, and that's the biggest compliment I could pay these guys. I'm proud of them. I respect them. I love every one of them, as I have every player I've ever coached.
Good stuff. We lost an icon of Kentucky basketball last Saturday. Joe B. Hall passed away at the age of 93. Coach Hall led Kentucky to 297 wins in 13 seasons and won Kentucky's 5th national title in 1978, as well as Final Fours in 1975 and 1984.
Along with his success on the court, Coach Hall will be remembered for his love of Kentucky, remaining a fixture at home basketball games and an active member of the community long after his retirement. His impact outside of basketball was just as important as his time on the court. Coach Hall was laid to rest yesterday during a private ceremony.
As heartbroken as we all were last Saturday inside Rupp Arena, it was a celebration of Coach Hall's life, a man who was born and raised in Cynthiana, really a true Wildcat. From growing up a Cats fan to playing here and then finally returning as a head coach in 1965. After that, he never left, a real fixture of Kentucky basketball.
During Coach Hall's coaching days, there wasn't a team he enjoyed beating more than the Tennessee Volunteers, and as luck would have it, that's who the Cats were playing. It was a sound beating, and Rupp Arena was electric for the near 30-point victory. UK Sports Video gives us a look back at the game for Joe B. in the latest chapter of the journey.
want to take time to remember Joe B. Hall, the legendary former Kentucky basketball coach, died today at the age of 93.
And even the last visit I had with him 2 days ago, he was smiling. He grabbed my hand and basically was like, "You're going to be all right." You know, it's a sad day for this program and our fans.
We ask that you please rise and join us in a moment of silence as we remember the life and legacy of Coach Joe B. Hall. Thank you. Today, we honor Coach Hall's legacy by playing the game that he loved. For Joe B. and the entire Hall family, welcome to Rupp Arena, home of the greatest tradition in the history of college basketball.
Their first defensive possession in a 1-3-1 zone. Coach Hall used to lobby Coach Cal to use once in a while.
In transition, Brooks, Kellen Brady. Brady at 45%. Brady again. Those are two transition threes in a row. Minch gets by Ziegler. On top to Ziegler. Back up, Ty Washington. That's how you handle teams that get out in passing lanes. Kentucky leading by 5. Brooks from the corner. It's a long 2. So Allen finally gets it over, but in a tough spot, and it's turned over. Wheeler to Lance Ware for the flush. Minch the flush. Wow. Davion Mintz has been a different player in the last 4 games. Just so confident and aggressive. Pass through, but eventually stolen away. And the right guy in the right spot for the 3 for Kentucky. They put up 50 and a half. Tremendous addition there. Washington having a sensational first half. He's got everything. He is just a playmaker, shot maker. Pass into Tucker. Wheeler for 3. And it's been that kind of an afternoon for the Wildcats. What team can they not beat with this type of play? And the answer is nobody. 18 turnover committed by the Bulls. And then it's a run out in the other end. 4-point lead. Make it 27. Kentucky now 10 of 17 from 3-point range. Bryce Hopkins in the corner, getting in on the far. Kentucky was absolutely fabulous. What a great building block for the rest of the season.
This was a big deal. Yes, offensively you were really good, but you defended, and they played their butts off and still lost by 30. Tells you what we could be. All right. 1, 2, 3, family!
We've had some folks reaching out about donations in lieu of flowers for Coach Joe B. Hall.
Here are the places the family has requested: Crestwood Christian Church here in Lexington, the Lexington Humane Society, and the Bluegrass Care Navigators. Here are their addresses, and this will also be on our website, bbngameday.com. We'll be right back.
A special thank you to our cornerstone partners, Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics, and Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
I need to try it first.
Yeah, yeah. Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it into thin, oversized New York-style slices. I mean, look at that crust. That is the perfect crust thickness no matter how you eat it. So you can fold it or not. But I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York-style pizza from Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Wow, this new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Okay, I'm gonna try it first.
Yes!
I need to try it first.
Watch the UK Healthcare John Calipari Show every Monday evening, hosted by the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. Fans can call in and submit questions on Facebook and Twitter. It airs 6 p.m. across UK Sports Network affiliates and streams live on the Kentucky Basketball Facebook page.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
All right, the women's basketball team lost to Florida Thursday night, 77-52. The Cats were without Dreon Edwards, who did not play due to a disciplinary issue. The Wildcats fell behind early. Ryan Howard tried to keep them in it. She had a team-high 17 points in the game.
That's 3 losses in a row by an average of 23 points in each of these losses. They'll look to get back into the win column Sunday at noon against Ole Miss. That one's in Lexington, and they'll be honoring the 1982 SEC championship team, so get to Memorial for that one.
All right, today's a big day for the swim and dive program. They're taking on Louisville. Women's swimmer Riley Gaines is coming off being named SEC Swimmer of the Week, so hopefully she can build on that today against the Cardinals.
And how about this? The number one Kentucky rifle team has its own battle against Battle of the Bluegrass today against number 6 Murray State. The rifle team set 3 NCAA records in their last match. It's time now for This Week for the Wildcats, brought to you by Toyota. Tuesday night will be a big one for both basketball teams. The women will take on Auburn at 8 p.m. on the road. Then later that night, the men, they tip off against Mississippi State in Rupp Arena. I don't know, Keith, it's one of those 9 p.m. games.
We haven't had many of them.
I struggle.
I know.
The TV for that one is ESPN, or you can listen to Tom Leach and Mike Pratt on the UK Sports Network.
The women are back in action on Thursday on the road against Vanderbilt. Tomorrow, women's tennis has a doubleheader against Southeast Missouri State. Friday and Saturday, track and field will be competing in the Rod McCravey Memorial Meet, and swim and dive takes on the Cincinnati Bearcats here in Lexington.
Plenty of opportunities to get out there and support the Cats. More show coming up.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Kroger Delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
There are moments in our lives that change everything, where hard work pays off with a burst of opportunity. That's why each year, Kentucky Farm Bureau and its county offices across the state help raise and give away hundreds of thousands of dollars in college scholarships. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that more Kentuckians have a chance to achieve their dreams. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Did you know Toyota actually spends $1 million every hour of every day on R&D?
It's all part of an even larger $30 billion investment to design and build vehicles in the USA.
Made in America means something to Toyota, like 176,000 jobs and over 30 million Toyotas built right here in the USA.
And for over 20 years, Toyota's electrified vehicles have been leading the way towards a better tomorrow.
The more you know, the more you'll drive Toyota.
Let's go places.
Grady, good look. He is just off tonight. Gets it back, though. Grady, beautiful play by Kellen Grady to stay with it. And that's the first lead for the Wildcats.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. That's the message here for our Coke Play of the Week. So representative of Kentucky's win over the Aggies earlier this week. Shots just weren't falling much for the game, but this team fought and found a way to get it done.
That's what shooters do, Keith. They just keep shooting, and they don't care. right?
That's what you did, right?
Yeah, exactly. That short-term memory. It just, anyway, yeah. No, good for them.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of BBN Game Day. Tip-off between the Cats and Tigers at 1 o'clock.
We'll see you again next week. Until then, go Big Blue.
This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota.